Okay, so you've arrived at Firelink Shrine. This is your hub for the game. And you do need to come back here at various times, and it's also good to come back here and talk with some of the NPCs you may see around you. Firstly, we're going to take that sword we got from defeating the first boss, and we'll put it here. So it's going to stay there for the rest of the game, and this just allows you to teleport from any bonfire to this one. So we can rest here as well. This will allow us to attune a spell to ourselves. We can organize our storage box, so if you want to keep something in storage. Wondering if you were able to hear that sneeze. Anyhow. Also, undead bone shards you can find throughout the world, and they will strengthen this bonfire, which means that you will get more from your Estus each time you use it. Oh, I knew there was a second one. I could feel that one coming. Anyhow, this is the Firekeeper, and I'll skip through her dialogue for now. You'll see it on your own, but you can talk to her, and she is the one that will allow you to level up. So we can choose various attributes. If you've watched my earlier video, you can see what these will actually go up, or what these will boost. And so what I want to do, I'm making a knight, so I'm going to make him a little more balanced when it comes to strength and dexterity. I want some more endurance for more attacks, and let's put more into endurance. There we go. And balance it out, and then you just confirm, and boom, you've leveled up. So you can see souls that I have is 1238, and for the next level I need 1659, so not that far off. So we'll leave her. Over here you have the Shrined Handmaiden, and you can talk to her to sell or buy items. And here we have Andre the blacksmith. He's very important. So we'll skip his dialogue, you can listen to it on your own. With him, you can reinforce your Estus flask if you have any extra Estus shards that you've discovered in your travels. And we can also allot our Estus. So this allows us to choose from the orange one, which is the heal, and the blue one, which recovers your FP bar. Seeing as I am going almost certainly pure melee, not really doing any spell casting, I'm going to stick to 4 heals. So this will distribute all 4 of the Estus that I have into healing, so I'll be able to heal 4 times. Were I a caster, maybe I would do something like this, where I would have 2 heals and then 2 FP bar regenerations, which would allow me to cast more spells with more FP. But we're going to do this. Each time that you come back here, you can allot it in a different way, so if you don't like it, you can always just come right back to the shrine, talk to Andre, and he will let you re-allot your Estus. Repair equipment is unnecessary, since all of your equipment automatically gets regenerated, I guess, to its fullest durability level. I have a feeling this repair mechanic was originally supposed to be in the game, and it got cut out or changed at the last minute, and they never took repair out of Andre's menu. So as it stands, unless I'm mistaken, repair equipment is meaningless. Reinforced weapon will allow you to use Titanite shards to make your weapons better. You can see that it goes from 110 physical damage to 121 physical damage. And at the bottom, you can see the scaling has gone up as well. That's under attribute bonus. So from a D in strength to a C, and then from a D in dexterity to a better version of D. You can also see with the plus, in the physical damage, it says 110 plus 16 to 121 plus 19. So the scaling damage also goes up. So this is just improving the weapon. Now, unfortunately, I only have 1 Titanite shard, the early one I collected, so I need to get another before I can upgrade this. So this will cost me 2 Titanite shards, and if you look at the top right of the screen, it says required souls, 220. That means I'll also need 220 souls, in addition to those Titanite shards. Then we have Infuse Weapon. This will change the weapon's innate characteristics. So let's select the longsword, as it's the only weapon we have. We can make it refined, which will drop the base damage of the weapon, but it will improve the scaling of strength and dexterity. This means that if I like what I'm going for right now, which is strength and dexterity in equal measure, I will be able to use a refined weapon. I'll be able to put it to better use. Let's put it that way. The scaling will be better. Now, if you're going for strength, you may not want this refined blade. Later, you'll find these coals around the world that will let you find other different infusions. There's one that's for strength only, called heavy. There's one that's for dexterity only, called sharp. And then you have these elemental ones here, like fire. This will take away all scaling, but it will give you a bit more damage that is split between physical damage and fire damage. Keep in mind that if you're using strength and dexterity, or you're building up strength or dexterity or some other stat, this may not be that useful to you. But if you have lower stats in those physical categories, a fire weapon may be for you. We can also do raw, which is sort of the same as fire in that it takes away all of the scaling. And you can see it just puts the base damage up to 136. Now you may be thinking, well, this is more than the 110 plus 16. Yes, but as I go through the game and level up my strength and my dexterity, the bonus, the plus 16, will get higher and higher and higher, and will eventually outclass what I get from this raw weapon. This is more useful for someone who has low stats in strength or dexterity. And of course, later you'll get more elemental builds for weapons that will effectively allow you to turn almost any weapon into anything that you like. And should you make a mistake, there is an item called a Shriving Stone that you can find a little later on that will remove any infusions from a weapon, but it will keep all the upgrades, the +1, +2, and so on that you've put into the weapon.